Recording is in progress and it's going to record to the computer because we live in the future. Elliott's on
Live in
the
the
other
future.
side of the frickin' world, and somehow we get to talk in real time. We take all of this shit for granted. We're all freaking wizards. We're doing wizard things.
Don't feel like watching movies, so I'll watch people guess them instead. I don't know how it goes, I think it starts with your show.
I know, it's insane. It was like texting y'all this morning. It was morning for y'all, and I was like, "This is so crazy. It's so much. I've been awake all day, uh, and you guys we're still asleep." So, I'm in Edinburgh, Scotland. You are in Burbank, California. We have a lot to catch up on, Joe,
You
and so thank you for
learned
joining us, everyone, on
you
this
learned
episode.
how to say Edinburgh correctly. I was
I
there.
think you hit the E. This is my idea. Yeah, I think you say Edinburgh, and you forget the bruh part.
And it's not borough. You don't go up on the end there.
Nope.
They don't like that.
Mm-mm. No, yeah, I think that they hate the bruh part, so they pretend that it doesn't exist. So you're Edinburgh, and then you just kind of mumble the rest. That's my understanding. I could be wrong.
They're like, we don't have time for this word. We don't have the time to get through it. We've got
Exactly.
things to do. We have a comedy festival that lasts forever that I assume they have to spend the rest of the year meticulously planning for.
Yeah, except I'm walking around, I'm seeing signs for other festivals, and I'm like, what else you guys got going on? There's another fair that's going on. We went to so I told you and Steve this, but I went to the castle today for a second,
Now, is it
and
the castle or is it a castle?
it's the Edinburgh Castle.
So it's the castle. Okay.
It is the most castle looking castle I've ever seen. And it is the place where the Red Wedding was inspired, where they had the kids. There were two princes and they came in. Did you read my text message?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
It's okay if you didn't.
It was a good joke. Good joke.
Pretend you didn't.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. What,
Yeah.
what text? What text? What?
The text, so you're not gonna believe it. And then they invite them in, and they promise them safe passage. And then they had a feast, and then all the soldiers started banging a single drum, and then they brought out a black boar's head, which symbolizes death. And then in that moment, the princes knew, and they took the princes out, the 16 and 14-year-old boy, and they beheaded them. And that's how you got the Red Wedding from the Game of Thrones. Except we weren't able to get tickets because we didn't think about it, and we're gonna go back. So
It is, somebody really fucking hates you if they go through that much drama and pomp and circumstance to
yeah,
let you know you bouts to
yeah.
die. Like,
Yeah, and your little boy.
it's like a promposal, but for your death. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's sad. It's sad, and it happened, and that's the world we live in, dude. It's
Would you
sad.
like to die with me? Check yes or no.
Exactly.
Hmm.
And you're gonna die, and you're gonna. And also, there's a well where they threw all the witches in, and also it's also built on a volcano that's 350 million years old. It's called Castle Rock, and it's an extinct volcano. And Grace kept being like, "Let's go enter from the other side," and I was like, "Babe, I don't think we can because it's specifically designed to make it very difficult to get to the castle." And she was like, "Well, but there's less people over there. There's less people over there because you can't get up there because it's a cliff." And we figured it out eventually. Anyway, so we have much to catch up on. Joe, you're also pet sitting right now, and you're in charge
Doing,
of like 19 animals.
we're doing double duties. We have two for family friends that kind of like kicked out. So one of my family friends, John, who we've talked about before, is the one with the crazy sculptures. If you've been here for
Absolutely.
17 years listening to us, he went out of town, and in the last year and a half, were like, F it. We're a zoo. We're a farm zoo in the middle of the Los Angeles neighborhood. So they have two pugs, they have two rats, and they have seven chickens. Now, seven chickens sounds
Awesome.
crazy for a small backyard in a neighborhood. You would think that's too many. Nay,
Yeah.
says the city ordinance, you're allowed to have nine, just no roosters, because roosters are assholes and they're loud.
Yeah, they come home sometimes,
They come
from what
to
I've heard.
roost.
Yeah. Uh, dude, the chicken thing sounds so fun, but it's a lifestyle I do not want at all.
They don't do much. They lay a crap ton of eggs. Once they start doing it, they were like, we're going to do it and have eggs, and maybe we're going to sell them. They just started dropping eggs, and it's like they're overrun already. Like, can't give them away. too many eggs,
Awesome.
7 chickens, which makes you go like, when you have those thoughts where you go, oh man, how did people live back in the day without supermarkets? And it's like, apparently if you have 3 chickens, you're eating like
You're good.
You're good.
Yeah.
Eggs every day, all day.
I wonder what we would do if we put thousands of them in the same area and treated them and just used them for eggs constantly. We should figure that out.
I mean, maybe that's one of the other hell things that happened at that castle you're at.
I think Grace just left, so I think I can speak freely now. Whew.
Fine.
Hellbag, you still here? No, she's gone.
Hell yeah. Tell me all the deets, yo.
Oh my God, dude. It is crazy. No, it's been great. She's headed right now to her, dude, 6th or 7th sold out show in a row.
Oh man, what a professional, not a life affirming. It's probably nice, but what a professional affirming.
Yeah.
Like that's got to feel really nice.
She had a great review. She's waiting on some more reviews. Yeah, it's really nice, review.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, are they being, and both of us are like, are they being too nice?
Nah.
You do that thing where you second guess everything. And I was like, nah,
it warmed my heart.
Great.
But I will say, let me give you some devil's advocate. Let me give you this other side of the coin.
Please.
In regards to that review and any future reviews of Grace's show. To be fair, she did pick a subject that if you were to be the critic that was like,
right,
this cancer show is balls.
Yeah. And it's also like, because we were talking about this, these reviewers, like when they put out the reviews, they know that like they will get social media'd out if it's a positive review. Mm-hmm. And Grace arguably has a significant social media following. So we've definitely crossed that bridge a little bit of like, what were they going to do? Like, are you going to be like, let me go after the social media person and who also had cancer? No, but it is a legitimately great show.
Look, so this show is about cancer, which is fine and brave and good, but it was only breast cancer, one of the most common cancers. Now, if she had a cancer that was actually...
Yep. And to her credit, she talks about that in the show where she's like, it wasn't even that bad. I mean, it was bad, but
it was bad. Yeah, it was scary as hell.
It turns out they're all bad.
Yeah. Turns out they all talk about life affirming.
Dude,
life remembering.
This is Beavertown Neck Oil, and it is the only IPA that they have in this country. It's not, but it is what's called a session IPA. Are you familiar with these?
Are they all stout over there? Real dark beers, heavy beers?
Really dark beers, yeah. And the session IPA is like, it's the equivalent of almost a Bud Light.
Oh.
But it's an IPA.
Are they rocking red beers over there? Scottish ale?
A lot of that. I mean, everyone has these really dark things, but it's fun. So tell me about the rats.
So the chickens.
The chickens. Okay.
First. So the interesting thing about the chickens, they are freaking dinosaurs. They are dinosaurs. They have the friggin' talons that are dinosaur talons.
Yeah. Once you see that, you can't unsee it.
Like, oh, that's a dinosaur. That's
definitely a dinosaur. Yeah.
They have such little tiny lizard brains that they are so instinctual. It's hilarious. Like, you don't have to do much. You open the gate where their little roost is in the morning. They get out and they go and they scratch the ground for worms and food, and then they peck, and then they go lay an egg. And if they lay an egg, they all celebrate, which is pretty funny.
That's fun.
And then all the other hyping them up. And then somebody will take the egg and they're like, fuck it.
When they lay the egg, are they celebrating like the continuing of their progeny? Like they think that like these are our children, and then we're all like, we're gonna eat them.
Yoink. We yoink them. But yeah, they celebrate together, and then at night, when the sun goes down, when it hits like the horizon and it goes from daylight to kind of that dusk, and you're getting right from dusk to twilight, they just go hop up. Right back up in the roost. They just do it on their own. All 7 of them just get real tight. And I think it's just they go as high as they can into a small space as hidden as it is to survive. And then you close the gate and that's how you take care of your chickens.
Sounds pretty like a sweet gig.
So far. Yeah. And you can tell that like there's a little bit of like, they'll start walking towards you. And of course that's probably because they associate you with food, but my human projection upon them is like, oh, they love me. I want to pet.
Yeah.
So they're nice. The rats. Now the rats, my friend, they have 2 rats. And they are a swift reminder that rats are cool, dude. They're super sweet.
They are cool.
The domesticated ones are incredibly loving.
Yeah,
Uh,
they're incredibly low. Yeah,
uh,
smart.
Smart, super smart. They're smarter than the pugs and they're smarter than the chickens, which is what I'm taking care of. Fun to hold, fun to play with. They'll nuzzle up on you. They'll crawl in your shirt. It's really cute. They're clean. Don't worry, everybody. But they remind you that it's also a sad endeavor that is very brief because they live like 2 years. So you fall in love and then they're like,
Yeah.
peace out. Bye-bye.
I think I've told this story before, but working in an animal hospital, one of my most vivid memories is having to assist with a euthanasia of a rat, and it was a tiny veterinary exam room, but it was filled with like 12 people, like more people than like the fire marshal would normally probably let in. And I was like, as a kid in college, like, there's no way that this many people are this attached to a rat. But I learned a lesson that day, and they were indeed. And there was a good reason because it was a very sweet rat. Uh, and then one day, Grace and Mamrie made a podcast where they started laughing about this same idea because I had told this story to Grace, and then she mentioned it in a podcast. And I was like, you shouldn't have made fun of that because people,
You're dead.
and then sure enough, people were like, you are wrong
The
about these
rat,
rats.
the rat brigade
They
came
got
out.
they got rat canceled, and it didn't make the news, but it was a bit of a ruffle. And I remember being like, yeah, definitely, like that was a very serious, like solid, like truly sacred moment of me also recognizing, like, oh yeah, these little animals, especially rats, man, they're good animals.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I mean, or fortunately, but
All that the rats have going against them from like oh, you're a human, so you feel a little like something about them makes you feel weird. At least these specific domesticated ones, because the ones out in the streets are all like haggard, like Quasimodo running around,
yeah, yeah,
just
scary.
trying to survive. Um, is the tail? The tails. I think the tail is a
Yeah,
the human reaction, the natural inherent human reaction to the tail, the leathery, long, just kind of hard whip. It
yeah.
just feels very unnatural compared to what we're used to. But everything else about the rat is like, this is cute as hell.
Yeah, the if they got rid of the tails, that you're right, because then they're basically a guinea pig at
Mm-hmm.
that point.
Yep.
And the tails though also are like snakes slash worms combined, and they do seem to move with their own kind of
Yeah.
thing, and that's a little creepy.
It's a
So
little alien-esque. But they're great. And I've also created a little bit of a squirrel friend that hangs out with me every day when I'm working via remote at home.
this, how deep does this go with these rodents that you're?
This one's my home. This is my home pet. It comes, I hang out on the back patio about 10 a.m. every day. It comes and it hangs out with me.
Nice.
Get it some honey roasted peanuts and some water. Kicks it with me. I don't trust it yet. He
No,
still
it doesn't trust you.
still scares me a bit. It's a little skittish. Uh, but now squirrels evolutionarily have figured it out when it comes to the tail. Because if you've ever seen a squirrel tail without all the bushy fur on it, the cute fur looks like a rat
It's a
tail.
rat.
Freaking
Yeah.
rat. It's a freaking rat. But I'm like, I love this squirrel. It's super cute because it's got that different tail. So
Yeah.
it's getting into my heart spot.
This brings us back full circle, Joe, to me shaving my face because I felt the same way. I
Yeah,
was like,
it's
am I the
disgusting.
squirrel that
Oof.
when I shave my face, Grace will be like, you look like a rat? And it turns out, A, I did look like a rat. And B, I told Grace earlier, I was like, I'm going to shave it again because I don't like it. She was like, no, I like and I was like, all right.
You didn't believe her.
Yeah, like same idea. I'm gonna keep some kind of fuzziness. The fuzziness, dude. We're so speaking of evolutionarily as humans, we just love the fuzzies,
Mhm.
and there's nothing you can do about it. It means soft. It means safe.
Yeah. I mean, that's why those hairless cats are so freaky until you actually get to know one. Like, I don't want anything to do with that hairless cat. And then you meet one, you're like, oh, you're sweet. You're just cold.
I know. Or like yeah, like Mamrie's dogs, Beans and Larry David are both hairless, crested whatever dogs, and they are the sweetest. Well, Beans is not sweet. Let me just be totally clear. But she's also like from another planet because the fact that she's still kicking it is amazing, and she's a queen, and we all love her. But also, dude, so
Green
I
beans.
took Peter Rollins, my Irish friend, to the fair.
Yeah, you told me about this.
I did tell you. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Well, it
yeah,
was
yeah.
pretty great, and we went and saw the tables and the table setting. But apparently, there's been some drama with the table setting stuff where Did you see the video I posted of when I walked up to the table?
No.
And there were people that were freaking out about the potato table, and like losing their minds. And this woman just kept going, potato, 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 potato. And she just kept saying that word. And then she started taking photos, like she was losing her mind. Because for those who haven't heard, it's called Potato Springs and it's based on Palm Springs. And it's all potatoes. And they had little miniature potatoes and there's potato puns, except not all the potatoes are puns, which I think is the funniest part. But this woman was losing her mind over it. Now there's been all this other stuff where like this other guy who happened to also enter into the table setting contest happened to also be the set designer for Grace's show on E, and he got into it and he lost, but the person next to him got first place, and then he did a video about it, and then she posted on his TikTok and was like, I don't come here to make friends, I come here to get blue ribbons, and maybe next time you'll figure that out. And it was like very, and then he made another TikTok that was like, I'm not trying to cause drama. He's like, you may not be here to make friends, I actually was here to make friends.
Wait, hold
I
up.
actually thought,
Unironically, that she was serious, like straight up not joking.
yeah, like I came to win. And and I think like there has been a lot of foot traffic due to like Grace and Mamrie's table. They are disrupting the like status quo of this fair contest. And it's one of the craziest experiences I've like vicariously had because they are genuinely not loving them, I think, being a part of this whole thing. It's very funny.
Wait, so are they asked to participate in this potato?
Absolutely not. No, they signed up themselves after watching the documentary Set on HBO, which is about the table setting competition in the Orange County Fair. And then the theme was Find Your Happy Place. And so they picked Potato Springs because they love potatoes and they love Palm Springs. So they made a whole thing about potatoes. And then the judges were like, we don't understand what your happy place is. And Mamrie was like, it literally has a sign that says Potato Springs. That's our happy place. And so they got points off for that and they didn't place. And this has caused quite a stir
I
in the
was gonna say,
community.
I bet Mamie's actually kind of pissed.
Oh, legit. Like she was legit pissed. I was there. This was in Jersey when Grace was like doing a podcast and I was like in the bed as she was podcasting and I could hear Mamrie because they read the results together on the podcast and I could hear Mamrie through Grace's headphones, like losing her mind about like,
Oh my god,
and I was like, I could see
that's
her being
wonderful.
upset about it.
But look,
But
Orange
yeah,
County Fair, there's only a couple rules in life, right? Death, taxes, and also if you allow somebody to make a freaking documentary about your thing, people are gonna sign up and be in it.
yeah, yeah, and a bunch of like, and the fear was that they would think that Grace and Mamrie weren't taking it seriously, but au contraire, they took it so seriously. Like they were like very much wanting to honor the tradition and not wanting to step on anybody's toes. But that still didn't work out. So
Well, it sounds like, correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, did they do this for like just for themselves and funsies? This doesn't sound like this was a content thing. This was just them participating.
no, yeah, it was like genuine. The sincerity was off the charts. Of like there's nothing cynical, no content creation
I
stuff.
love
Like
that. I love that.
yeah, to the point that Grace is like, I know she got actually, dude, it became almost not a rift in our relationship, but it was definitely like to the point where she was sort of like she would go into a zone where I was like, "Oh, you're like really into this." And she would disappear into the house for hours and be like, "Can you just give me space? I'm working on this." And I would come in and it would be a potato that was like painted red and she'd be like, "See, burnt potato or baked potato or a baked potato, double twice baked potato was the two potatoes that had joints in their mouth, which is very funny." Um yeah, so now she's like, I'm absolutely going to do it next year, but because she loved it. So it's
Maybe
really sweet.
we should secretly do it on the side, secretly sign up, and then go for that blue ribbon, and then say, we don't come here to strengthen our relationships. We come here to win blue ribbons.
Exactly. Yeah. If you want to go make friends, go to one of your, because also Orange County is like pretty conservative. And so there is, I think, a little bit of,
Ooh,
that kind of thing where people are a little more serious about it and not wanting people to like encroach upon their fun
man.
time. It's really beautiful to witness. Um,
It'd be
what
pretty
else?
fun to just do a total like AOC Bernie Sanders rally in potatoes.
Yeah. And like no one was doing like some of the happy places were like one was just Harry Potter. It was like, all right,
What was the pun?
no puns.
It has
Like
to be a pun.
they only did puns. Everyone else was like, our happy place is Hogwarts, and so it would be like a.
Dude, if I was a judge, like automatic, like your cap is a B. If like your whole setup isn't a big pun or filled with puns, like the curve, you have
Right.
your A is a B. Like that's as high as you're gonna get.
And they got feedback from people who'd been in the competition before who were like, normally the judging isn't this weird. Normally the judges are a little bit more fun, but like the judging on this one was really serious. And that's very fun. That makes, to me, that makes it so much funnier that they really care. And I think it's great. They should, because some of you look at these tables and legitimately you're like, wow, that's a crazy table setting.
Did they have to
Dude,
did they have to like how do they keep the potatoes from going bad? Like do you have to dip them in some stuff?
so So here's the thing, Joe. You can't have any perishable item. It's all fake potatoes.
Oh, okay. Oh, this is my faked potato. There. Good pun.
Yeah.
Great pun.
Faked potatoes are really
Yeah.
good. They should call it fake potato. Yeah. Uh, I forget all because I remember being like, what's this potato? There's like tuxedo potato or whatever that's in a, there's a couple on roller skates. I was like, what's that pun? And she's like, that's no, there's no pun. But there's a big sign on it that says, can you catch all the puns? And people could not figure out the puns.
It doesn't sound like it's the crowd.
Yeah, no, it might have been some execution. But anyway,
Uh,
that's what's going on with us.
okay,
Should we
tell me about the festival. Is the festival fun? Is it crazy? Like what is it what you expected to be? Have you seen other performers yet? Is there anybody that you're excited to see?
we went last night and tried, and I think we're gonna try again tonight to see Reese Darby.
That's who I
Uh
saw on social media. I was like, "Oh shit, he's got a show going. He looks wonderful."
yeah. We stood in line last night because he's playing at the same like overarching venue that Grace is. So we can, because I have this director tag, I can kind of, we can get in, but we can only get in if there's like room. And
Mhm.
he's playing a massive theater. Grace's theater, a little baby. And then he's got this like amphitheater. And they turned us away last night. So we're going to try that tonight. There's a bunch of shows we're going to try to see, but this first week, trying to just get into the zone of everything. But it's a pretty wild experience, dude. We, because the sun doesn't set, like after we
Mhm.
stop podcasting, I will go and meet Grace at the end of her show. And then I'll probably have a beer and I'll chill. She'll come down. And then we like go get dinner. And even by like 10:30, it's only just then getting dark. And so
Yeah.
we'll get like some kind of thing and try to catch Reese Darby. And then after that, there's a bunch of other shows. There's a ton of magicians, a ton of everywhere you go is like posters for shows. And it's a lot, it's like a theater kid's wet dream here. Like
Yeah.
if you're a theater kid, you are in your element. And uh in addition to that, there's drama shows, and there's so many people that it's almost impossible to like get around sometimes on the streets. And everywhere you look, dude, is castles. And everywhere you look is beautiful. It's crazy.
Yeah, nobody
This
no
place does rule.
that's the thing. That's that yeah, the Americanization of our minds where we're grown up told and we're constantly told America's the best, blah blah, but it's the coolest. There's nothing else. And then you just go to one freaking city over there and you're like, there's
One,
castles everywhere and it's beautiful and it's better. I love this.
yeah, it really isn't. It's definitely not cheap, and it's definitely soup's soup's expensive, but everything is. And I do go like, am I just a sucker for cities? Like living in a city environment, which I think I am a little bit. Like I
You
love
love a
being able to
city.
walk out and
You
just
love
yeah, and you're around people and everyone's like nice and it's I mean not everyone but you get the idea. It's very romanticized, but as everything is when you're there for a short period of time, still this place is unbelievably beautiful. It's next to the ocean. Like we saw a cruise liner going by the other day,
have
and
you
it's
gotten
like,
any like hey, where are you from? And you're like, oh, I'm from Los Angeles, America.
yeah,
And did you get any of
dude.
these looks? Did you get any of this? Mm-hmm.
So the other night, 2 nights ago, I was waiting on Grace to finish her show, and I went to the bathroom and I was peeing in the urinal, and I specifically chose
Wait,
between
first
two.
up, congratulations on making the urinal. Good job.
Thank you.
Big boy. You're a big boy.
Thank you.
You're a big boy.
Well, wait till you hear how this goes, because it turns out not. Because I was like, well, I'll space myself between these fellas. And then, so, dude, okay. So it turns out these two dudes that I poke, it's a corner, right? And
Uh-huh.
I go to the corner because I'm trying, these guys are on either side. I'm like, that is the most, you go equidistant, right? From the dudes in
Mhm.
the bathroom.
Mhm.
And then so Grace's posters are kind of spattered all over the grounds, especially in this area. The posters tend to congregate around where the performances are. And, I had had a little bit of marijuana. Okay. And so I was peeing.
Uh-huh.
And then I heard this guy
Oh, no.
saying I would F her over and over, and like looking at the poster in front of him. And in my mind was like, what if he is talking about Grace's poster? And then in my own mind, not thinking anyone was noticing me, I started laughing to myself, just at the idea, not worried about it, not whatever, but like, how funny would that be? He was not doing that. However, he did notice me laughing, and he goes, "Hey, you in the chinos?" Because I was wearing khaki pants. He said, "You in the chinos?" And I was like, "Oh no!" And then he was like, "Wouldn't you know?" And then I was like, "What? Yeah, 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 man, I would." And then these guys were like, he goes, "Where are you from?" Or where in America? You American? Where are you from? And I was like, California. He's like, why the fuck you always from California? And I was like, I don't know, man.
Florida. I was from Florida. Woo.
And then yeah, I did that. Yeah. And then and then after a while we started talking, and then they started high-fiving me, but like before we'd washed our hands. And so in my mind,
While you're
that
peeing. Yeah.
yeah, almost. Yeah. And we did one, and I was like, well, that's too many because we still need to wash our hands. And he went for a second. I was like, I'm not doing that. And then we started washing our hands. He started talking to me about all these places. Then we were just naming places for a second. And then we all walked out together. And I was like, man, I almost got beat up.
That's
But
my
yeah,
favorite
everyone
game.
is very
Name a
sweet.
placey game. Dude,
It is. You
Hoover.
from there? Oh, you heard of that place? Oh, I know someone from there. Yeah. And oh God.
So did it start off like a little hooligan aggressive? Like was it like, hey, why are you
They were
laughing?
definitely like three sheets to the wind for sure. And I was definitely like, doing that like, haha, I'm a fun guy too. Don't mind me. I also think what you're saying is funny.
What percentage
And
like in your quick calculation, your quick mind calculator, like how close were you to trying to respond in a really bad Scottish accent to
yeah, pretty
hide that
close,
you
dude.
were?
Dude, pretty close. I'm always that close. I'm so close to being like, oh yeah, no, and like just really pissing people off. But yeah, it's been very, very fun. People don't care about the American accent to the point that I forget that I have an accent, and then people go like, "Oh, you're American," and I'm like, "Oh yes, I am."
Well, I
But in
suppose
my mind, I'm like, you sound so similar, so it doesn't,
yeah. And there around that time, I have to imagine there's just a lot of you running around.
Yeah, there's quite a bit of us. It's
Yeah.
a pretty good mix of Americans and all the other people. And Grace found a mall. So tomorrow, dude, we're gonna go see Naked Gun. Have you heard of this?
I saw it.
Oh,
I won't say anything other than I enjoyed it.
all right. I know what that means.
That means I really enjoyed it. I had a great time.
Did you? Okay, I think we're gonna really enjoy it. I thought I actually bought tickets and then the theater screwed up and it uh refunded us. But yeah, we're gonna try to hit it tomorrow
Have
at
you
like
seen
three
the first one?
years and
Or
years
the second
ago.
or third?
If it's relying on a lot of callbacks to the original, I will miss them.
Not
But
at
I've
all.
heard it isn't.
Very little.
Correct.
Which is great. But if it's just like that type of comedy, um,
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm in the mood for.
brought back, like it's they're going for that Zucker Brothers
Yeah.
like joke a minute, really
Yep.
fast, really stupid, really airplane. Maybe even Mel Brooksian meets Seth MacFarlane. Seth MacFarlane's a
Yep.
producer on it.
Oh,
Uh,
nice.
but it's got that just slicker, more modern Lonely Island touch to it. Yeah, I'm excited to.
I
I'm
can't wait.
excited to talk to you about it when you get back. But I think it's for all of you comedy lovers out there. Go watch it for a number of reasons. The most being, I can't think of the last comedy that I've seen in a theater. This is,
I know it feels like a real like thank God a comedy. My God,
yeah,
like a act, not like a Marvel movie that's funny, like
yeah.
a comedy.
Legitimately couldn't think of one. So it was kind of refreshing to see one in a theater. I wish there were more people in the theater. We went on a Thursday night at kind of a smaller off the beaten path theater, so there it wasn't super full, but people were laughing. That was fun. But like, I would love to experience a packed AMC people to the brim comedy experience
I
again. I
know.
remember when I went to like I think it was Anchorman way back in the day, just listening to the theater, just dying.
Yep.
Like,
That
oh,
was probably old school would be the most recent. I remember like actual comedy where everyone was in it together.
stay for the credits. There are
Oh, really? Good to know.
and when I say stay for the credits, I don't mean just like little scenes that pop up, but like read the credits.
Oh, great. I will. Superman. Have we talked about this?
We have not. I haven't seen it yet. I actually might go do it today.
Oh, I really liked it.
I've yet to meet anybody that really hated it. Most people either really liked it or were like, it's good.
Well, that's because you're living in a liberal bubble, Joe.
That's true. That's
A
true.
woke liberal bubble. And also, it's not woke. Like, it's not a woke movie.
Is it just because he's nice?
Yeah. Well, and there's a little wokey, but it's like not beyond. I feel like you get a certain amount of woke. Everyone gets a certain amount of woke, and it
aren't
does not
superheroes
exceed
aren't
an excess.
superheroes inherently woke for the most
Yeah.
part? Like
Yeah.
by their constitution, wouldn't that make them quote unquote woke?
Yeah. You have to be, yeah, because they're very extreme on one level. So if they're
Like
extremely,
save people and like love people.
yeah. If you haven't, dude, I thought you'd seen Superman. You should definitely. I'm very excited to hear what you think of Superman. I definitely recommend you seeing it.
Well, I might do it because our friend Matt Robb, informed me of what might be the best movie deal out there. Everybody, get ready for the non-sponsored part of the podcast. That's going to sound very sponsored. So you know, like AMC does their really crappy um, signet like their membership deals, and if you want to pay for like the really expensive one, it's like you get 3 movies a week or something like that.
Yeah.
For $99, Look Theaters, the one that we know about in Glendale and wherever else there's a Look Theater. $99. You get 1 movie a day for a year. You
Wow.
get 20% off all concessions. You get $2 off buddy tickets. So if you want to bring a friend to your 1 movie a day, you get $2 off of their freaking ticket. And there's other things. $99. That's like
But a month?
a year.
Oh. Yeah, that's a legit deal. I was like $99 a month. I was
Like
oh,
I'm probably gonna get the whole family of them today, and then that'll be
good.
use all the time. You go
But
for
I don't know what Look Theaters is.
oh, it's just a smaller theater over the Glendale area. There's a few.
Really?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'll check it out. I'll do that because
It's
we
the
always either
perfect
go to
place.
iPick or AMC.
Yeah, that's expensive, but for $99, popping it, gonna go and get some compliments. You know what I'm saying?
Well, Joe, I wish we could just keep doing this.
Nah, nah.
I'll just call you privately so we can talk because we gotta talk. We gotta say some offensive stuff.
Yeah, that's usually how it goes. We record,
Yeah,
censor
me, and you.
and then we just blah.
Well, we're sick of all the woke stuff, dude. The South Park episode was really funny.
Did you enjoy it? Did you watch it late?
I did watch it. Well, not too late. I watched it, probably 4 or 5 days after.
If you enjoyed that, you should go watch Tim Pool's reaction to it because
I did, Joe, and that's what I was hoping you would bring up.
just as funny.
I could not believe that. And I just want to say Tim Pool is an idiot.
Yeah.
And him trying to rewrite that script, having never done a single thing in his life that is comedically valuable, is unbelievable. Him being like, what he should have done, what they should have done is they should have just got to do that. You're an idiot. That guy, and honestly, good for him for making a lot of money. But if you follow, I want people to know this. If you follow Tim Pool and genuinely believe that he is a smart person, you are dumb as shit. And you need to know that and
No, turn it off. Turn
internalize
off.
it.
I'm not getting out of here.
We're at it. We're at it.
Goodbye, 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 goodbye.
Uh, what a moron. Like and it goes to show what Bill Burr is saying is true, which is that these right wing people, all they're interested in is sowing division because it gets them clicks
it was
because
an
they couldn't even
incredible,
find anything.
it was an incredibly transparent moment of a fail in rage manipulation. Like he wanted to be
Yeah,
so mad at it, and he was trying to find every reason to be, and he couldn't
just a
articulate it.
moron.
And it wasn't. It was just like, we know what you're doing. It isn't good.
And these guys, dude, some of them I genuinely think are smart human beings that
That
are
are like
smart.
smart, but a little bit of evil in there. That are also
Yeah,
taking advantage of the situation. The
exactly. Highly like Ben Shapiro's and whatever, like, but at least he's intelligent. I can, and I must be wrong because Tim Pool, I cannot take that dude seriously to save my life. And I'm sure it must be me, but I look at him and I'm
it's
like,
not just yeah.
you're an idiot. And you've somehow captured a group of men who look to you to not be an idiot.
Yeah.
It's crazy to me. I don't get it.
The and here's the thing about that South Park episode that everybody needs to realize. The Donald Trump stuff was refreshingly needed for the moment that we're in, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I thought it was a brilliant turn to actually get rid of the Garrison Trump and turn it into his actual visage, because oh my god, is it so funny? Like, hate the guy all you want. That guy gives good face. And when you are manipulating all his dumb facial reactions, it's so funny. Now,
Yes.
the best part of the episode, however, had nothing to do with the politics. It was the very drawn out, unexpected electric car joke that had one of the best payoffs for a joke that I had seen in a while. Do you remember what I'm talking about, Elliot?
Remind me, and I will. I
Butters,
will. I watched it
Butters
twice. So
and Cartman
yes,
basically
yes,
try to
yes.
kill themselves via carbon monoxide poisoning
And it
for a good 15 minutes. And then all of a sudden they go, oh yeah, we drive an electric car, and it cuts back to them, and it's one of the funniest things that I've seen in a long time.
Okay, Joe. So confession time, because I thought that joke was funny for a different reason. I thought the car was a regular car and it just wasn't on.
No.
That was how I retconned it in my brain to make it funny. But the fact that it's an electric car is funny.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even better because they're trying so, and then, Butters is falling asleep and he's like, it's happening.
Out of boredom.
And the very idea that Carbon wants to kill himself because things are too woke now, which means or too not woke, which means he can't make fun of people. That's why South Park does South Park and Tim Pool doesn't do South Park, because Tim Pool goes, they should have the Epstein people say something. And then he goes in a bunker and Epstein's there. And it's like, this is why you don't do that job, because that's an A for A to A parody. Like, that is the most mundane joke that you could possibly make. And if they did that, everyone would go, oh yeah, South Park did a thing about Epstein.
And the week before, South Park prior to this moment was making fun of woke culture. They hated woke culture just as much as Tim Pool hated woke culture. So
yeah,
the fact that it turned on him in that moment, he's like, his brain started to short circuit.
Yep. Anyway, glad we got the politics in there. Man, that guy truly he baffles me.
It's just another one of those, obviously has no constitution nor actual moral compass, because he made an active choice to turn his politics and his bullshit 180 degrees, and clearly for money and clearly for for clicks and whatever. But that's the attention economy. Maybe that's where he was.
You do sell your soul. You sell your soul sometimes.
He's smart because he knew where the attention was going, so he
did
it at a 180-degree turn and chased it.
He is smart. He's just an idiot.
Yeah. I like that.
What can you do? Speaking of smart people who are also idiots, thank you everyone for watching the Valleycast.
Now, he's not saying you guys are the smart ones that are idiots. He's saying we're the smart ones that are idiots. Everyone, yeah. The way you said it, you made you're calling them smart idiots. The people.
Well, if they disagree with that, they can tell me if they disagree with it. But who among us would say that they're not a little bit of a smart idiot?
You're going to get just as much vitriol as Grace did with the rats. Thank you for listening, everybody. Goodbye.
Goodbye.